UFC Las Vegas 113 is over. Came to an end, and I'm going to give a breakdown, a little recap on it, give my overall thoughts, see how well I did on the card, and how I thought it went. So first of all, decent card. Not the best. Thought it'd be a little bit better. Hyped it up a little too much in the prediction video. Hyped it up a little too much, but if I think it was still pretty good for what it was. A lot of thrown together fights last minute. I think it actually was pretty good. But let's start away with Claudia Segula, Priscilla Cachoeira. First off, I did not really get to catch this fight too much. I just saw Claudia Segula kind of outrange and out combo Priscilla Cachoeira for all 3 rounds. I catched the third, and it looked like she bloodied up Cachoeira's face. I think she had like a cut somewhere on her face. I forgot where. Had a cut somewhere. Typical woman's, fight. Claudia Segula was just outranging her, staying on the back foot, out jabbing her, shadow boxing at times. Shadow boxing from both. Very high level stuff. But that's the first card of my first pick right on the card. I'm thinking, all right. First card, you get your first pick right, dude. It always feels good. And usually these are a gimme, if I'm being honest. Usually these are a gimme. I almost chose Priscilla Cachoeira, but I snapped out of it. Lucky me. But we move up. Moon Gafarov, Jacob Wicklash. So, let me just tell you this. Let's look at round 3. First of all, pretty fun fight with how awful it was. Awful in terms of skill. So let's just go over the fight. Then I'll give some thoughts. All right. So first off, round 1, Moon Gafarov, Jacob Wicklash. Pretty back and forth. Jacob Wicklash starts off strong with a 1-2 down the pipe, hits the tip of Moon Gafarov's chin, sends him flying. He hits the cage, bounces off, wicks back up. They're back. Moon Gafarov, very small. You could tell he looked like a midget out there. Jacob Wicklash is a big bantamweight, big bantamweight. And Moon Gafarov is the guy who missed weight by 5 pounds, which is crazy. He missed weight by 5 pounds. And he's like 4'2". He could be a flyweight. Anyways, so first round, Jacob Wicklash starts off strong with that 1-2 down the pipe. And then it kind of slows down, not doing too much. Moon Gafarov, though, ducks his head in, ducks and dips and dives in, hooks galore. Hook to the body, hook to the head. I think he only threw hooks. I don't think he threw a jab one time. He had some body kicks, the spins. I think there was something in the water at the Apex tonight because everyone was spinning. No matter what it was, no matter if it was going to make them win or lose, they were going to spin just to spin. Just wanted to throw a spinning attack out there. I guess they buffed it or something. In the recent UFC patch, they buffed it, so everyone's throwing spinning stuff now. And it's awful to watch because they'll just throw it to throw it like idiots. But Moon Gafarov does some strong work in the pocket, just hooks galore, body, head. Jacob Wicklash shells up a lot. Doesn't really get anything done. Moon Gafarov kind of takes over round 1, even though he got wobbled at the beginning. He takes it over, wins. Let's look at some of the numbers, because we're by the numbers. So 27-30 for total strikes, but significant strikes, 27-27. But Moon Gafarov had the bigger strikes, the better looking strikes, the strikes that made you go ooh and ah, and like, man, that hurt. And I think he swelled up Wicklash's. Like, he swells up easily on the temple or something. He gets hematoma easily on the temple, swells up easily. Everyone gave Wicklash round 1, alright? Round 2, what is this? Jacob Wicklash comes out round 2, just like round 1, like he has something to prove. Jumping switch kick front teep to the body. And it, just like the first 1-2 down the pipe in round 1, it sends Moon Gafarov flying backwards, and he's clutching his guts. They almost fell out. He almost crapped his pants. He was wearing white shorts. I saw. He was close. Clutched his guts, and he had shooting a takedown just to survive. Round is thrown away. Heavy grappling. 7-2 on significant strikes. Moon Gafurov was on bottom the whole time. A couple of arm triangle attempts. A couple knee bars or something? Leg locks or something like that. But it's easy. Jacob Alcouche round 2. All right, round 3. Let's look at round 3 strikes, right? I hope you see that. So knockdown 0 each. 54 strikes to 23 for Moon Gafurov. 1 takedown for Moon Gafurov. He didn't have any subtemps. The subtemps were nowhere near to being close. Reversals led to nothing. And 50 to 22 significant strikes. Now, I will say, as you can see, it was ended 1 second left on the bell. Jacob Whitclash. Let me just tell you round 3. Round 3, Moon Gafurov is thinking, all right, round 1 was close. I'm not sure if I won round 1. I got to put a statement on round 3. I got to make sure I win. Jacob Alcouche, you could tell he was gassed. I don't think he's still a prospect after this. He looked awful. He was gassed after round 2, and it wasn't like he did some heavy stuff, but he wasn't volume on the feet heavy. He was doing a lot of front teeps, just in general, to the body, to the head, swishing it up. But that's about it. Not volume heavy stuff, not volume heavy combos, not crazy takedown attempts where it's like, oh, he shot a double, then scooped the hips, and then threw him over his shoulder. No, just lazy stuff. And he was gassed by the third. Moon Gafurov is gassed, but he has that dog in him and goes to bat. And so all of round 3, Moon Gafurov's up in Whitclash's face. He's not letting him get the range to do his front teeps to the body, to stay at range and pick at him from range. Moon Gafurov is coming in there, swinging hooks to the body, just like round 1. Hooks to the head, hooks to the body, getting up in Whitclash's face, not letting him breathe. And I think, okay, Moon Gafurov won this. There's 10 seconds left in this round, 20 seconds left. Moon Gafurov has this. He may even finish Jacob Alcouche. She's kind of cowering up against the cage. He's cowering up. He's giving up. Letting his hands drop, gassing out. And Moon Gafurov is probably the most retarded fighter, I think, in the world. Possibly the world. Especially he took the reward for this card. Retard of the night. I think they gave him a 50 grand bonus for retard of the night. He got it. He shoots in a takedown. Awful sloppy takedown. He was gassed. I get being gassed and wanting to hold someone in the clinch. I don't get being gassed and shooting a takedown. The whole fight, he was gassed, and then he would throw a spinning head kick or a wheel kick or something crazy spin. While he's gassed, he's going to end combos with a spinning something. None of them hit. None of them did anything. But he just threw them because he's a retard. So round 3 comes by. 20 seconds left. Moon Gafurov tries to take Jacob Whitclash down. He reverses it. Very good reversal. Ends up rear naked, or with a guillotine. Pretty locked in guillotine. They turn it around. Whitclash is on his back. He has 10 seconds left. I go, okay, Whitclash, you can survive this. Or Gafurov, you can survive this. You can survive this. You can survive this. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. 1 second left. And instead of going out like a man, like Oban Elliott, he panic tapped with 1 second left. He wasn't even close to going out, I feel like. Wasn't even close. Maybe he was. He panic taps like a little baby. And Jacob Alcouche gets a buzzer beater submission. But what I found out, even with all of these, Jacob Whitclash won round 3. 2 judges gave Whitclash round 3. I think actually all 3 judges gave Jacob Whitclash round 3. He only landed less than half the significant strikes that Gafurov did. Less than half total strikes Gafurov did. They gave him a takedown because he's, retarded. But, that's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, so awful fight. Ruined my whole mood. Seeing Moon Gafurov act like a retard. But Jacob Whitclash wins. Good for him, I guess. He still looks awful. I think anyone at Bantam, dude, even Bryce Mitchell beats him. Whoops up on him. On the feet, on the ground, everywhere. On the ground, I'd be a little scared, but I don't care. Um, I don't know. I don't care for Jacob Buklesh. I don't see this prospect everyone else sees. He's awful. Very awful, awful fighter. Let's move up. Wang Cong Eduarda Moura. Now, this was actually kind of a sick fight. This was a sick fight. Let's see, how many strikes? 147 strikes for Wang Cong. She's so sick. 40 for Eduarda Moura. 3 takedowns for Eduarda Moura. 1 sub attempt each. 39 significant strikes for Wang Cong. 12 for Eduarda Moura. 1 knockdown. Yeah. This was a woman's fight, and there was a knockdown. I know. I was surprised too. So round 1, Wang Cong is doing pretty good. I think she kept on. No, that was a different fight. Leg kicks. First round, she was hitting Eduarda Moura with some heavy leg kicks, making her fall on her face. Like right as Eduarda Moura would rush in to kind of, because she was pressuring Wang Cong a lot. Which was a good game plan for Wang Cong. She liked her distance. Eduarda Moura, as soon as the fight starts, bam, on her, pressuring her, getting her up in the cage, getting her in the corner. Good footwork for Eduarda Moura. But Wang Cong would be slick with the low kicks. Low kick right as Eduarda Moura would rush in, kind of topple over, and Wang Cong would exit out. So Wang Cong does that for a little bit, keeps on exiting out. I think round 1, did she get a takedown? I don't think she did. No, she went 2 for 4, but nothing crazy with her takedowns. Went 2 for, how many takedowns did she do in the whole fight? 3 for 12. Oh my goodness. She shot 12 takedowns that fight. Wang Kong's being a little scampery on the outside, and then every once in a while, Eduarda Moura shoot a takedown, get it stuffed. Half of them got stuffed. End up on the fence. Kind of hard to do. Kind of hard for her. Kept busy in the clinch though. Up against the cage, up against the fence. Stayed busy. Worked hard. Made Eduarda Moura work for it. In the last, I'd say, 30 seconds of round 1, they're swinging it out. Kind of Eduarda Moura's like, all right, let me put some pressure on this last couple seconds so I can maybe get this round. Boom, drops her. 30 seconds left. Eduarda Moura sinks down to her feet. Oliveira Topuria style. I'm like, oh my goodness. Did Wang Cong just flatline Eduarda Moura? She didn't. But she goes down. Wang Cong follows. Doesn't really fumble a finish. It was kind of hard. The refs weren't, it wasn't late stoppages, but they were making sure they were finished. But like they were not letting anything be even thought of an early stoppage. Wasn't like awful late stoppages, but they were not letting you even think of the word early stoppage, dude. Okay. Okay. They're like, this guy has to be out if he wants to be out. But round 1's over. Boom. I'm like, oh. Wang Cong, she's about to breeze through this, dude. Breeze through this, and then disaster strikes in round 2. Disaster strikes. She shoots 1 takedown of 2, and Eduarda Moura almost gets it. Shoots a takedown. I forgot off of what. Probably still just pressuring Wang Cong up against the cage. Shoots a takedown on the hips, gets it, and Eduarda Moura gets the back a couple times. It's looking iffy, and she ends up with the rear naked choke. Wang Kong's kind of on all fours, kind of gets her hips out free. Eduarda Moura's kind of high on her from the back, gives her hips out. Eduarda Moura latches up a rear naked choke. I go, oh no. This is tight. This is tight. And at this point, Wang Cong just decides to not go out. Now, if she was mooing Gafarov, she'd tap out. Wang Cong don't tap out, dude. She don't tap out. She don't. She sat through a rear naked choke that was really locked in. I think it was a normal rear naked choke grip. You know, you hide the hand behind the bicep, you squeeze, and then she transferred it to like a gator grip where it's like, you know, she's holding her hands like that, or like this or whatever, turned it into a gator grip. But Wang Cong just kind of, I don't even know how she got. I think it was kind of on the chin is what saved her. It's kind of on the chin, kind of on the neck. She was ducking down on her head, kind of flipped over. And Eduarda Moura just doesn't get the rear naked choke. You know, ends the round, some ground and pound from Eduarda Moura, not too crazy. I think Wang Cong kind of ends up on top somehow. I don't think they labeled it as a reversal, but she ends up on top somehow. Does some ground and pound, not enough to win her the fight, But, you know, enough to show, like, all right, she's still here. Round 3 happens. And when round 3 happens, round 3 just happens. 45-8. 0 of 6 takedowns. 1 sub attempt. 10-8 strikes. 1 knockdown. Wait. Oh, it was in this fight. Yeah, it was in this round. 1 of 0. Yeah. So it was just in that round. Why is it showing that then? Anyways. Same thing. I'm like, all right, Wang Cong, let's be a little bit more patient. Let's not. She was a little bit more careful of Eduarda Moura coming in and bulldozing her over. A little bit more patient. Stay a little bit on the outside longer. More careful again, takedowns. Nice leg kicks, nice body kicks, nice jab, nice 1-2. Eduarda Moura is just there to be hit. And towards the end of the round, that's kind of just what happens the whole fight. Just Wang Kong's kind of just piecing her up on the back foot. 1-2, 1-2. Body kick, leg kick. Eduarda Moura just following after her. She's gassed. Eduarda Moura's gassed. She's kind of hurt. And then Wang Cong kind of, I think, not drops her, but she has her hurt. She's taking boom, 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 boom. And Eduarda Moura kind of sinks. I don't think it's a knockdown because she sinks by herself. Kind of sinks. Wang Cong follows, takes her back, tries to rear naked choke her. Last couple seconds of the round, doesn't get to it. Starts ground and pounding her. Doesn't get the finish, but still. Sick fight from both. Wang Cong, I get my pick right, and it was a fun fight. I go, man, that was fun. This should have been on the main card over Julius Walker, Dustin Jacoby, even though that was a good fight. Or, what else was on the main card? Jun Matsumoto Ferry. That was actually a really good fight, too. Honestly, over Michael Osachik, Marc-Andre Barriol. But that was also a fun fight. It should have been at least the prelim headliner, not the third fight of the card. Insane. Oh yeah, I set this whole thing up, bro. I was supposed to go like, bam. Let's just show you some highlights of the fights. This one, so Claudia Segula, bam, she's punching. A cut on her right cheek. I think that is a cut. I don't think that's just blood. I think she did get cut or something. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, something there. And then you have like this one. Here's the last second submission from Moon Gaffarov because he's a retard. Shave that dumb hairy spot on the back. On your back, you idiot. Was he out right there? No, he wasn't out. Can they show his awful hair back patch now? I mean, dude looks albino. Oh, Wang Cong, come on, put that away, Wang Cong. Oh, my next opponent is Tracy Cortez. Please be home in the comment section of my homepage at her. Dude, you heard it here first, folks. Wang Cong wants Tracy Cortez. Damn, that's how she finished. That's how she finished the round. Yeah, that's how she finished. Oh, she posted another one. Thanks to the UFC. Thanks to my friends who support me. Thanks to everyone who will keep working hard. Oh my. Well, let's just see. What is Wang Cong saying, dude? I hope my next opponent is Tracy Cortez. I hope. Okay. So Wang Cong really just does not like Tracy Cortez, dude. She hit 3 comments in a row asking to be Tracy Cortez's next fight. That's insane. Anyways, that's how she finished the third on the back. Ends it well, and then let me not hide any spoilers because obviously y'all are loving kind of editing I do. But let's go up the card. Javid Basharat, Gianni Vasquez. And guess what? Another sick fight. The Basharat Bros put on some stellar fights. Now, some people are having, complaints about this fight, so let's go over this. Let's look at the numbers first, because we are obviously by the numbers. I should probably have always been doing this. 85-41 total strikes. This is overall the full fight. 3-8 takedowns. 2 sub attempts from Vasquez. 1 reversal from Vasquez. They didn't count. Oh, that he didn't knock him down. One knockdown for Basharat, zero for Vasquez, 59 to 24 significant strikes. So let's look at round one. Round one, I'm thinking, uh-oh. It's gonna be sad. It's gonna be a sad day for Gianni Vasquez because he is getting put out almost instantly. Pretty calm, pretty slow start for both, just feeling each other out. And then Javid Basharat hits him with a clean, like counter check hook or something as Javid comes in. Here it is. Oh, look at this. Dude, I'm gonna show this, I don't care. Look at this. Play it again, play it again, play it again. Look at this. Hit! Look at that, knocked him down. I thought this was over. This was pretty close into the round. This was not too far into it. I was like, uh-oh. Let's look at some other photos. Bam. Intimidating. Bam. Oh yeah, Basharat won. Should I say that first? Oh, let's not like that. They don't deserve it. Let me put myself back in the middle. Which is right there. Close enough. But yeah. Basharat won. By the way, I am now 1, 2, 3. I'm 3-1 right now. 3-1. I'm feeling. Dude, I'm high on success, dude. I'm feeling good. I'm high on success. I'm like, uh-oh, I'm too good. Anyways, round one, I think, uh-oh, Gianni Vasquez is going to come in overweight and still get knocked out in the first round by Javid Basharat. Getting knocked out by Javid Basharat, dude? Who gets knocked out by Javid Basharat? Not Gianni Vasquez, dude, because he sticks in there, survives round one, and then round two, he makes a comeback. Round two, turns the tides a little bit. Javid Basharat, 16-14, close round two was. 16-14, very close round. 2 sub attempts from Vasquez, which weren't, and they were mainly heel hooks, or leg locks or whatever they are, heel hooks. 1 takedown for Javid, a 4, 26-24. This was a closer round because Javid gets caught. Forgot with what. Probably the same thing he caught Gianni Vasquez with. Gets caught with the right hand, and Javid is. He's bobbleheaded. Look how big his head is, anyways. I mean, dude, that looks photoshopped. How big his noggin is compared to his body. Do you see? Like that's a well proportioned head. And then you look at Javid Basharat's head. My goodness. Maybe it's the beard, just how it like extends all the way down here. Like maybe if his chin's like right there. But even then, he has a weird body shape. I'm sorry. Sorry, Javid. I know you got me a correct pick, but that's a weird looking body shape, dude. Weird body texture shape. I don't know. Someone had fun creating you in The Sims, dude. Someone took their time to mold this character. Round two, like I said, a little bit slower. A little bit Gianni Vasquez finding his mark, and I did say round 2 and 3 is when Gianni starts getting his volume on, starts figuring people out, starts putting some pepper on people. In my prediction, I didn't think it'd go that far. I thought Basher had put him away in the first. I thought he'd sub him. And I was almost right, by the way. Almost right. But I was wrong. Round 2, I gave Gianni round 2. Gave him round 2. Pretty close, though. I can see if you gave Basher round 2. But he wobbled him, almost put him away, landed the better strikes, was staying pretty safe. The sub attempts, while they weren't in, they are sub attempts. Had to make Basharat bail out of stuff like that. Round 3 starts. And Basharat wins. I don't know why people are too upset with this. 12-3, significant strikes overall. 2 takedowns from Basharat, 24 strikes to 9. He kind of played it safe. I don't want to say play it safe, but he kind of made sure, hey, this is going to be a little close. I lost that round 2, I think. I'm going to make sure I win this. Round 3, he comes in, puts some pepper on it, lands pretty good. I think he almost, what's it called? He hit Gianni Vasquez with something really good. I forgot what it was, but he hit him pretty clean. sent Gianni Vasquez, backing up a little bit, and Javid Basharat goes, all right, that's my lead. I'm going to go for some grappling now and extend this lead, but not by risking it on striking. Let's just grapple. Grapples it out, ends it out. Last couple of seconds, Javid Basharat's busting up Gianni Vasquez for a couple combos. Boom, round over. Basharat wins. Boom. That's one of the bros done. One of the Basharat bros has landed. Let's see if the other can. All right, moving up. Bruno Brazil. Let me just say this fight was awful. This was Jota Almeida versus Van Kuniev. This was the prequel. This it was the prequel to that fight, because this fight was awful. Bruno Brazil, round one. Let's just look at the overall numbers first. 65-64. Bruno Brazil landed a little bit more accurate. One takedown to one takedown, but Souza shot 8, only got 1. Bruno Brazil only shot 4 and got 1. More efficient. Significant strikes, 31-33. Basically, everything's 50-50, with Bruno Brazil being a little bit more accurate. And I feel like landing the better shots. Round 1, I think this is a Bruna. This is a Bruna day. Look at that, 12-5, 32-19, 1 takedown from Bruno Brazil. She's having fun, doing some stepping knees while Ketlin Sosa's crashing into her. Some crazy knees right to her gut. And I was saying, I feel like women should be easy to body shot TKO. I lied. Or I'm an idiot or something, because they cannot be body shot TKO'd. They cannot be TKO'd at all, dude. They are durable, I guess. Or maybe it's because it's one woman hitting another woman. Might be the reason why. Anyways, Bruno Brazil, round 1, I'm like, let's go. Good jab. Good knee, stepping knee to the middle. Ketlin Sosa's just holding her up against the fence, doing nothing with it, not even being busy with it. Just holding her up against the fence. Bruno Brazil, every time they separate, would do a jab 2, jab hook, and then whenever Ketlin Sosa wants to close in, boom, step in knee. Right into her. I go, okay. Bruno Brazil's going to ride off into the sunset. She's going to ride off into the sunset, call it a day. Then round 2 happens. And Bruno Brazil likes to do this funny thing where she just runs away. She just runs away from fights. She'll just put her hands down and go, I don't like this exchange. I'm going to run away with my back turned to you, hands down, and kind of just trot away. Just jog away. Just because I feel like it. 7-4 significant strikes. 11-26. Ketlin Sosa, really good round. Bruno Brazil just kind of is withering from nothing. Low first round pace. Not too much done. She didn't have to defend, like she was defending takedowns, but she wasn't defending crazy. Oh, she's getting suplex all over the place, and she's got to crawl back up and get back to the cage. It was all up against the cage. All right, let me try and break this body lock. All right, let me just stay balanced on this leg. Oh, she's trying to trip it out. That leg out. Let me readjust. Okay, there we go. That was all round 1. And then round 2, she just is an idiot. Goes for a lot of spinning stuff. Doesn't hit anything. Bruno Brazil, just throwing spinning stuff to be an idiot. You're lucky you're beautiful, dude. You're lucky. Or else I would have, you're lucky you don't look like Moon Gaffarov, right? Or hey, I'd say some harsh words. But you know what? Because you're good looking, get back in the gym. And I believe in you. Okay? I believe in you, Bruno Brazil. Even though you suck. But I would not say that to you, because you are a lady and I'm a gentleman. Round 3. Now let's just go through round 3 real quick. 22-19, 22-40, 19 for 31. Souza landed a little bit more accurately. Significant strikes, 12-14. Oh crud! This isn't helping my case really. 12-14, 12 of 25, 48%, 14 of 26, 54%. Pretty even round. This was not a split decision. This was a unanimous decision. Everyone gave Ketlin Souza the win. I don't know how. I feel like Bruno Brazil won that last round. Now, I may have been biased, maybe, but I feel like she hit Caitlin Souza with like a jump knee or something up the middle had her stumbling back a little bit. I feel like she hit the better shots in round three. I'm not gonna rewatch that because that was awful, and I don't want to force myself. But when Bruno Brazil was hitting stuff, she hit her with a spinning wheel kick, to the head too. Like I think she like did a weird where it like went right through the guard. Like it didn't curve around, loop around the guard. It went through, like pierced the guard somehow. I don't know how she did that. But I feel like she landed the better shots and I don't know, the more efficient, better shots. But I could be wrong. Ketlin Souza wins round three. Boring, awful fight. This should be at least replace this fight with Wang Kong's fight. Like, why is Wang Kong Eduarda Moura so far down, and then you have Bruno Brazil, Ketlin Souza up here stinking it up, ruin the whole flow of the card. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. That was awful. And now I have two wrong. I have two wrong now. But like not even the worst. Like that's the worst way to lose because like barely lost. Shouldn't this guy shouldn't have lost even though he would have lost by decision. And then Bruno Brazil was just an idiot. She stopped throwing simple things and started losing. After round one, she doesn't do her step in knee anymore. She doesn't jab. She doesn't jab anymore. She's doing crazy stuff in round two. That's why she got styled on in round two. Round three, she's Souza's fixing her shorts the whole round for round three, and Bruno Brazil has to wait. They're high-fiving and hugging. It's like, fight, dude. Fight. But Bruno Brazil can't do that. She can fight round one pretty well. But if she's the fighting nerds, but she is probably the dumbest fighting nerd ever. Gene Silva has better fight IQ than Bruno Brazil. And then, you know what? This was probably my bad. Looking back at it, probably shouldn't have picked Niko Price. He looks like he's down on his luck and he's been homeless for a couple months. Shouldn't have picked him. I should have looked at the state, should have looked at these photos and said, okay, is this guy gonna whoop up on this guy? Probably, dude. What is that? Why is there a speed bump on your chest? Nikolay Vernachkrov TKO's Niko Price in round one up against the fence. Nastily. I know I always say he got bullied. He really did bully Niko Price. Like I said, he broke Niko Price's glasses over his knee. He went, "These yours, nerd?" Over the knee, broke his glasses. He grabbed him by the nose and then drug him around the octagon and then said, "What about your ponytail?" And then grabbed Niko Price by the ponytail, went one hand, swinging Niko Price around by the ponytail. He said, "Sayonara, Nico." Threw him out. Called him gay on the way out. Something crazy. Called him gay. But yeah, Nikolai Vernachkov won, beat him up badly, up against the cage. Let's see if I can get that. Can I get that? Let's get that. Let's pull up some Instagram. I keep on doing it. I keep on forgetting to. Let's pull up some Instagram. So here's... Turn the corners down. Trash versus garbage. Guy falling asleep. A guy running. Cut them both. Felt her raging was the best part. Bro was sleep standing. So this is just the bullying that I'm talking about. He's asleep right here. He's asleep. Right here. He's gone. And he doesn't get the stoppage? I forgot. He is upset with the stoppage. Who does that to Niko Price? Who does that? They showed it twice. Look at this. They posted it twice. Oh my goodness. They posted it twice. Instagram. Dude, the UFC hates Niko Price. Just bullied him. Bullied the poor guy. That's the tiny ponytail man bun that he came out with. Yeah, that's my bad. That is just my bad. I should not have chosen Nico Price to win. When is he last won? He sucks. But I thought I was gonna be crafty. So That's my first like pick where I'm like, all right, that was me being dumb. That was me being dumb. That's my fault. I chose a dumb pick. Luckily, I don't lose ever again. Um. So about Daniil Donchenko, guys. Moving up, Alex Morono, Daniil Donchenko. About him. About him. I might have said he's a world beater. I might have said that he's the next Yuri Prohaska. He's welterweight Yuri Prohaska. He isn't because Yuri Prohaska would never go to a decision in his life. I think if Yuri Prohaska was to ever go to a decision, he'd have to die. That's the only way he could. He'd have to die in the octagon, and it keeps on going, and they don't notice Yuri's dead until it's like the octagon. It's like, dude, Yuri's still on the floor. Is he fine? It's been 12 minutes after the. Oh my goodness, dude. That's the only way Yuri Prohaska is going to a decision. He'd have to die. Daniil Donchenko, let's just say, round one he's doing strong. He starts off the round, bam, 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 heavy low kicks instantly. 4 of them, I think. 3 or 4. Bam, bam, bam. Gets Alex Morono wobbling, bobbling all about, dude. Has him doing a little boogie. Has him doing a shuffle. Alex Morono, I'm like, oh, dude, the poor sacrificial lamb. He now has to get bombed and nuked by Daniil with only one leg. You're doing that, Daniil? Wow. And basically Daniil Donchenko, he fought well. He did fight well, and I think I put too much hype on him. Was too excited for him. And maybe, next fight he'll look a little bit better. But this fight, he just did not look as good as I thought he would. There was some challenge. You could tell there's some things that he needs to work on, and there's some ways to beat him right now. He's not there yet. He's not that top of the division yet. But I do think he can still get there. But round one, Daniil's kind of messing with him about, knocks him down. Let's see. I think 2 judges gave him a 10-8, so it was 48 to 134 total strikes. 40 to 100 total strikes, significant strikes with a knockdown for Daniil. Round 1, 70 to 22 total strikes, 16 to 39 significant strikes and a knockdown. Knocks him down. I'd say Daniil's kind of playing about for like 4 minutes. He's kind of not playing about, but he's playing it safe, kind of doing some reads, kind of getting in there, seeing what he's reacting with. Bombs him with an overhand right. Alex Morono, or it was a right hook or something. Alex Morono threw something. Daniil threw a right hook, intercepts him, sinks down. Gets spanned, sinks down. I think, oh, it's over. Flatline KO, it's over. Daniil Donchenko, I think it was, who's the smoker guy? Who's the smoker guy? I forgot. Crud. Let me pull up my tweets. Keith Peterson. Keith Peterson. I think Alex Morono owes Keith Peterson money or something. Gets dropped, and for a minute, he's taking elbows to the back of the head, back or hammer fist to the back of the head, side of the head. He kind of ends up down in this position with the side, taking shots from Daniil, rolls on the back, trying to kick up and get away from Daniil. Daniil follows him there, a couple more shots, still hasn't been called off, and then Morono kind of turns his back to get up, and then Daniil's in the classic finishing position. The opponent's on their back, hands and knees together, kind of shelled up, and boom, hook, or uppercut, into the head. And Keith Peterson kind of watches and goes, well, he's still moving, so. And then Alex Morono says, I don't hear no bell. Somehow makes his way up, survives the round. I go, okay, well, round two. And this was, I had said that Daniil doesn't overthrow, and that when he gets someone hurt, he doesn't really go, all right, let me throw everything and gas myself out. And guess what? That's what happened. Round one, he gasses himself out because he's trying to get that finish so hard. And I do think a little bit of a late stoppage, in my opinion. But I also think this fight could have been ended after round two. I'll tell you why. So that's round one. Round two comes out, and Daniil just does it again. 6-27, 7-30. A little bit more of a pushback from Moreno, but he's still getting he's getting chopped low. Still chopping low. Chopping low. Poor dude. His leg is a stump. Daniil has cleaved through his leg. He is now on a peg leg right now. They had to pull out a peg leg attachment for Alex Morono's leg because it's done. It's gone. Chopped in half from Daniil. Just chopping low, chopping low, chopping low. And Daniil kind of, you can tell he's gassed. He's huffing, puffing. Oh. Okay, let's take this round off. I'll get this highlight reel KO in the third. So, he's like jabbing, he's low kicking, he's doing some hooks, nothing too crazy, just keeping with him, keeping pace with him, kind of keeping him on the back foot so he can't really get anything. But Alex Morono, like I said, he goes, I don't hear no bell. So he does some blitzes, dude. He shows this young whippersnapper how to blitz or a time or two. Blitzes in, hits some good shots. Not enough to do anything to even get close to winning the round, but enough to show that he's still in there somehow. And then round three. And round three is kind of the most disappointing round, if I'm being honest. I'm being completely honest. Let's look at the numbers. 19-34, 18-34. He starts struggling with Alex Morono in the third. Starts struggling. Not to Alex Morono may actually win this round. I don't think he won this round. Nor should he. But you could tell if people have some get back, if people don't fold under Daniil, he does not respond with pressure back too well. He does not. That third round, Alex Morono was blitzing him well, landing some good shots, real good shots, on Daniil's head, chin. Daniil was so open, his arm so low, taking a spinning back fist or elbow or something. That may have been round two where he took a spinning elbow to the chin. Now you don't want to be figuring out how good your chin is in these early fights. A chin is something you leave is better to find out in a championship fight than your first couple fights. I'd rather not know how bad or good my chin is yet. Because then I just know, let's just not get hit. There you go. But kind of an awful performance. I was praising Daniil. I think he will be something one day, but not as quick as I had thought. Not as quick as I thought. He needs to polish up a little bit. He's still something. He has something to him. But let's just go back. Let's train a little bit more. He didn't get a win bonus, which would have been big for him. Or not a win bonus, but like a bonus. Didn't get a bonus for tonight, which would have been big. Not even a finishing bonus. Which he needed that. You need that as a new fighter. Those big wins, you can invest in yourself. If you're getting performance bonus or fight of the night bonus or whatever, or these finishing bonuses, you can put that and invest in yourself. But Daniil can't. He won the Ultimate Fighter. He's the Ultimate Fighter. I don't know if that means it's a pay increase. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But I just know he didn't get that win bonus, or he didn't get that finish bonus, and he didn't get any bonus for tonight. Up to the main card, and we have a pretty fun fight. Julius Walker, Dustin Jacoby. Round one, I am crapping my pants, if I'm being honest. Round one, I'm crapping my pants. It's pretty close. Round one. Walker's staying so straight up, and he's so tall, and it's just, he's slow. He's very slow on the punch. Very slow Defensively, that was pretty gay what I just did. Pretty slow defensively, just not too much there. Not too much there. And that's just how it is. Dustin Jacoby, good jabs, good 1-2s, down the pipe, hitting Walker, spinning his jaw back a little bit. And then I think about halfway into the round, Walker gets in a good takedown on Dustin Jacoby, and he starts just throwing him around. One good takedown, once he gets that good takedown, Walker will just throw you around, grab you by your ankles, and throw you across the room, run after you, do it again and again and again. I go, uh-oh. Julius Walker just is throwing Dustin Jacoby like it's nothing. And Dustin Jacoby's having a hard time combating this. Julius Walker may just not win this round, because did he win round one? He may have won round one. He could have won the first round. Now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Let's check. 16-10, but 3 takedowns of 6, 13-5. It'd be a close way to win the round. But I thought he'd just coast it out. But as you can see, round 2 knockout. 31-2 for total strikes, 29-2 for significant strikes, 1 knockdown. Now, when I tell you, Julius Walker's kind of like playing around. He's kind of like having fun for the first minute and a half of the round, and then that last half of the round he locks in. But the first minute and a half, he's walking about. He's sightseeing in the middle of the fight. He's sightseeing. He's like looking around. Oh yeah, that exhibit looks pretty fine. Walking around, taking notes, taking pictures. He's selfieing with like museum art. And Dustin Jacoby's like, dude, we're in a fight. Walker's like, hey, get my good side here. Dustin Jacoby, take my picture. Like with priceless antiquities and art. And Dustin Jacoby goes, okay, bam, bam, right down the pipe. Julius Walker sinks down. Dustin Jacoby does some follow-up shots, and Dan Miragliotta bumbles on in, right up next to Dustin Jacoby, touches him. So as soon as Dustin Jacoby gets touched by the referee, he thinks, oh, the fight's over, rips his leg out, turns his back, goes, yeah. I guess he heard the ref go, dude, the fight's not over. Julius Walker, by the way, is not getting up too quick. He was on his hands and knees. He stands up to his head, and Dustin Jacoby turns around and goes, oh, it's not over? Uppercut, while Walker's kind of like getting up and on his knees, and he goes, what the? Uppercutted, bam, gets flung backwards. Kind of just like a sad, not sad, but like a, ugh. It was like a hard to finish kind of thing where it's like, just take the ground and pound TKO. All right, Julius Walker, let's stop this. Let's just get you out of here, dude. Let's get you out of here. But that's Dustin Jacoby. Boom. Again, another right one for me, dude. Almost got it right on the right round, but Julius Walker showed some good grappling in round 1. But I told you, he's not defensively sound. He's so tall, he thinks he can just lean back and get away with it, but Dustin Jacoby, he follows you, he brings some pepper. And he brought some pepper in this fight. Round 2 knockout, a minute and 42 left. Is that left or? No, that's the time. So a minute and 42 seconds into the round, knocks him out. Pretty fun fight. Again, fun fight. Pretty fun fight. Not the best fight, but fun fight, awful fight, fun fight. We're doing pretty good. Let's actually show some photos before we go to the next one. Let's look at some photos. Let's look at some Instagram, dude. Oh, it's an hour. I need a hustle. Let's just look through a couple. So that's that one. That's Daniil. It was a left hook. See, like, that wasn't a finishing. Like, he kept on, like, he didn't get the finish from there. Did they point down? I think they pointed down or something. People, UFC fighters, let's stop pointing down. Can we? Can we please stop pointing down? If you're not gonna swing, don't point down, dude. It's a disgrace to the sport. You're disgracing Max Holloway and the sport itself whenever you point down and don't swing. Another one, you know. Oh, that's the prelims because then it's the main card. There we go. Look at this. Will they show? They won't show the initial one, huh? Look at that. It's like, dude, just come on, dude. It's just like, come on, dude. Come on, just take it. There we go. Will they show the initial one? No. They won't, huh? Okay. Well, disappointing. Anyways, Jacoby Smith, Justin Jacoby goes, Trump, let's go golfing. Not the best way to do it. He was like, I represent America, though, which is pretty cool. I represent America because he saw the skier guy who was like gay or something going, I don't like America, so I don't want to represent it. It's like, dude, you're at the Olympics. You're representing America, dude. I don't care what your politics are. You aren't representing politics. You're just representing America. I don't care. Sorry, that was a off tangent thing. But yeah, he's like, let's go golf or something. Let me on that White House car. I'm Hank Hill. It's like, come on, dude. You're Dustin Jacoby, dude. 3-fight knockout streak though. So maybe he will get something on the White House card. Maybe he will. Moving up. Gene Matsumoto, Farid Basharat. Split decision win for Farid. Little iffy. Full fight. 111 total strikes to Gene Matsumoto, 95 to Farid Basharat. 7 takedowns from Matsumoto, 2 from Basharat. 1 reversal from Basharat. 76 significant strikes from Matsumoto, 80 from Farid Basharat. It was close. Round 1 is actually a little off-putting from these stats. 29 to 24 with a takedown, and 19 to 20 for significant strikes. But for round 1, if I remember correctly, I had Gene Matsumoto. Pretty sure I had Gene Matsumoto for round 1. Let's see, did I? Yep. So, I had Matsumoto winning round 1, landing better shots, being a little bit crisper, pretty quick. Gene Matsumoto, I had Basharat winning round 1. Matsumoto, he was good, he's powerful, quick early, but Basharat was just a step ahead in combos and setting stuff up and being on the outside and on the back foot, and you could tell he's kind of leading the dance for the first little bit. So I go, okay, I'll give that first round to Basharat. Round 2 rolls by, and guess what? Another close one. Another really close round. 30 to 33. 4 takedowns for Matsumoto. 0 for blah blah blah. 1 reversal for he didn't have a reversal this round. He had a reversal this round. And 31 significant strikes to 20 for Gene Matsumoto for Farid Basharat. Probably the most definitive round 2. But again, pretty close in terms of landing shots because I think Gene Matsumoto hurt Farid pretty bad in this round or something. Something where I was like, this isn't as dominant as a round as the numbers look. I think Gene Matsumoto hit him with some bomb or something that was actually pretty decent. Had him stumbled back for a little bit, but Farid Basharat just stays on him, reverses it, ends up on top for some of the round. I forgot this fight if I'm being honest. It was a couple hours ago, dude. Give me a break. I'm just kind of giving you a general breakdown and how well I did. But yeah. So I had Farid Basharat winning round 1 and 2. I'm like, okay. He could have won the third. 52 to 38 for Farid to Matsumoto. 2 takedowns from each. 37 to 29. And again, you think, well, this is a Gene Matsumoto round, but it was all so close. It was another close round. Gene Matsumoto did a little bit better. Got a little bit, he looked gassed in the round 1 and 2, and I guess he just had that second wind where he could just kind of throw and just kind of didn't really care. Like he knew he was down, I guess. and was throwing to throw. He wasn't throwing to play around. He was throwing to throw. And when you throw to throw, you end up doing some good shots. But it ends. I had Basharat winning 1-2, and you could give him the third, in my opinion. Could give him the third. I'm gonna give Matsumoto the third. But close fight, fun little scrap. The Basharat Bros win, undefeated together. Undefeated together. Farid Basharat stays undefeated. I am now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-1, 2, 3. I'm now 6-3. And guess what, dude? I don't lose. Am I 6-3? Yeah, I went. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Up next, Mikhail Olazejczyk, Marc-Andre Barriault. And I will say, disappointing performance from Mikhail. Disappointing. Round 1, he looked pretty good. He looked turned on. He looked quick. Let's just go over the stats real quick. 143-79 for Mikhail. 1 takedown to 0 for Mikhail. 147 strikes to 77 for Marc-Andre Barriault. Round 1, Mikhail's there. Me and him are connected, dude. We are connected. He's chopping low when he needs to. He's working the body when he needs to. He's hitting the head when he needs to. He's doing everything. He shot a takedown just to make sure he won it. Going body, body, head, 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 body, body, head, head, low kick randomly to start off just to give Marc-Andre Barriault some things to think about. Round 1 is the most definitive round in the world. Alright, Mikhail Olazejczyk wins it easily. I'm not even really going to go over it. He was just jabbing up Marc-Andre, hitting some bombs, overhands, over the guard, through the guard, around the guard, wherever. He was bombing him. Alright, he was bombing him pretty hard. And then round 2 happens. Round 2, 47-19, a takedown, and then 47-19. Every single strike was a significant strike. Round 2 happens. In round 2, it says 42-34 and 41-33. A little bit closer in my opinion, because Marc-Andre Barriault starts to learn how to jab or something. Or maybe Mikhail Olazejczyk is just gassed. Probably, maybe just gassed. He starts letting his hands come down. Marc-Andre Barriault hits probably like an 8-piece combo of just straight up jabs. Just lead right hand jabs to Mikhail's face, to Olazejczyk's face, and he just goes, I think someone hit his reset button. Mikhail Olazejczyk was in factory reset for I'd say 30 seconds of that round. He was just kind of waddling about. Yeah, I'm back. And then he starts coming back, doing good, throwing some bombs, good body work, but Olazejczyk's body work is a lot of first of all, uppercuts to the body. You don't really see that, uppercuts to the body. Or wide hooks to the body, not something really nice and tight to the body. When he winds up for an uppercut to the body, he brings that sucker back and bam! But the thing about that is that when you go over to wind up your big uppercut, falcon punch to the body, you leave your hands low. And each time Mikhail Olazejczyk would go for a body shot uppercut, Marc-Andre Barriault, who was southpaw, would just throw a jab, and because his rear hand's out of the way, he'll just throw that jab towards his rear side, and he can't do nothing about it. Because Olazejczyk was gassed and couldn't parry anything. So he was just taking right hands to the face. A jab was what was nullifying Olazejczyk's momentum this whole entire fight. A jab nullified it. Anyways, kind of slap around. They're going back and forth. Marc-Andre Barriault does a little bit better. And then round 3 happens. In round 3, 54-26, 52-25. It's just a slop fest. They're striking back and forth. Mikhail is he's just throwing to throw. Hooks to the body, hooks to the head. He doesn't care. He's ending combos with uppercuts to the body just because he can. And Marc-Andre Barriault is not breaking, but he's also not throwing as much as he was in round two. He was feeling the pressure from those body kicks, from those leg kicks too. Oleksiejczuk was still throwing head kicks. He was throwing some spinning stuff too, just to have some fun, just keeping each other honest. Marc-Andre Barriault also threw spinning stuff, just cause. And then the fight's over. And then Michael Oleksiejczuk wins, not as dominant as I thought. Not as good as I thought. He's not that good. Michael Oleksiejczuk, not that good. It's not a can for him to knock out. He's not that good, dude. Moving up, Jailton Almeida, Rizvan Kuniev. And this was probably the funniest fight ever. Let's go over some stats. 50 to 102 for total strikes. 0 of 8 takedowns for Almeida. 0 of 0 takedowns for Kuniev. That's false. He shot a couple himself, but okay. 31 to 43 for significant strikes. Let's look at round one. I mean, man, what a barn burner. 5 significant strikes from Almeida, 14 total strikes, 33 total strikes from Kuniev with 12 significant strikes. And this was Jailton Almeida learning, man, this style sucks to fight against. That's what this fight was. Sorry, I got stepped in something, I thought. Jailton Almeida was like, man, this wrestling thing's gay, dude. They're just holding me up against the fence. How is that even fair? So round one, Jailton Almeida instantly shoots a double leg, gets stuffed. Like, you already saw the statistics. Kuniev stuffed every single takedown from Almeida. Because Almeida's really weird. He abandons, from the looks of it, he abandons his takedowns really quick. Very quickly he abandons his takedowns. Like any sort of like failure he feels from the takedown, he just instantly abandons it. Goes, all right, that's too... Gah. Abandons it. Man, it's been an hour. I need to hustle. Sorry. I'm sorry if you're still watching. I'm sorry. And Rizvan Kuniev is just putting the pressure on him, putting the pace on him. Just going, I'm 3,000 pounds and 2 feet tall. You're not going to be able to move me, pal. I am a boulder walking towards you. And Almeida looked really good in the striking, to be fair. Looks pretty good in the striking. Now, maybe it's because Rizvan Kuniev doesn't have the best striking himself, and so it kind of made it where Almeida looked like a Mario Bautista. You know, he looked like Mario Bautista. No, I don't know. It's just this whole fight, it could just be summed up with if Almeida was a little bit more comfortable on the feet and didn't want to shoot so much, he could have stood at range and traded with Kuniev and won. He could have. He had the tools to win this fight, but I don't know what it is with him and striking and him maybe just not being able to sit down on punches or whatever, but whenever he isn't able to get what he wants, he kind of freezes up. For all of round two, let's look at this for round two. 15 and 8 for round two. What about round three? 21 and 18, his best round because they were swinging towards the end. But he just freezes up. He freezes up. He doesn't know what to do. I get the crafty Rizvan Kuniev pick. Not a lot of people got this one, but I get this one because I'm slick like that. Alright, I'm slick. Moving up, co-main. Amir Albazi, Kyoji Horiguchi. What else is there to say? Kyoji Horiguchi puts on a show. Steals the limelight. Puts on a great show. Albazi is awful. Almost gets knocked out. Apparently, Horiguchi broke his hand in the first, but he goes, I just throw. I don't care. Oh, you can do that. That's cool. Let's look at this full fight. 20 total strikes to 99. 16 significant strikes to 73. They did not award him a knockdown. So round one, 4-3 for Albazi, 4 total strikes, 3 significant strikes, with Horiguchi having 26 total strikes for 14 significant strikes. But some judge gave Albazi this round because it looked like the first exchange that Albazi did played pretty slowly, didn't throw too much. The first punches that he threw looked like it sent Kyoji Horiguchi flying. I thought Kyoji Horiguchi was going to end up slumped up against the fence just from the first punch that Albazi landed. He lands something and then Kyoji Horiguchi has to somersault backwards ninja roll out of the way. He's like, I'm back up. He used one of his 9 lives or something. He had to use an extra life. He used a green mushroom or something. His 1-up, because it looked like it was over, and then he just boom. Now it may not have been that bad, but from the camera angle, it just looked like Albazi just went, and then Horiguchi goes, gets thrown through a wall, and then he kind of works his way back. You could give that very close round, kind of, even though from the looks of it, it should not be a close round. It was a close round. Then just the destruction begins. 9 significant total strikes, 8 significant, 45 total strikes, 34 significant. Destruction round 2. He's so quick, and he's got a crazy gas tank where he can be light on his feet, bouncing about, moving left, right, doing whatever he wants, and then he'll jump in with a jab, jump back out. Jump in with a right hook, jump back out. 1-2, jump back out. 1-2 hook, jump back out. And then you'll be mid combo, and he'll duck in, counter hook, get out, and send you flying. And that's what he was doing. He was just hitting the top of Albazi's stupid little head and sending him flying across the octagon. Round 3, same thing. 7 total strikes, 5 significant, 28 total strikes, 25 significant. Horiguchi, man, he is just looking like a killer out there. Like a killer. Now, does he beat Manel Kape in a rematch? I don't know. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see Tatsuro Taira or Joshua Van for a belt, or Joshua Van Pantoja. And then maybe have Tatsuro Taira Manel Kape if you wanna, but probably Manel Kape, Kogi Horiguchi, and then you have Taira sit on the sidelines because you want that Japanese market. You want UFC Japan to happen. I get it. And then if Horiguchi wins, it's even better because now you have 2 Japan prospects so you can get flyweight. But yeah, Kogi Horiguchi puts on a Lifetime show. I still see people saying, "Oh, Horiguchi, I still don't know." It's like, well, people were picking Albazi, being like, "This Horiguchi guy, bum," and then he beats Albazi, and they're like, "Dude, he's beating nobody." It's like you chose him to beat him. If Albazi was why'd you? I don't know. Impressive win from Kogi Horiguchi. Impressive win. By the way, exactly how I thought, decision. Not how I thought that'd be a finish. Exactly how I thought, decision. Guess what this is? Exactly how I thought, decision. And then Mario Bautista puts on probably once in a lifetime show. Round 1. I'm not scared, but I'm like, man, Vinicius Oliveira is a big dude. He's chill. He's loose already. Anything can happen. He's standing like a Roblox man. What is that? By the way, he walks out to Mozart. I'm like, man, this guy he is a super villain psychopath. I do not trust him. I am scared. But Mario Bautista, calm, cool, collected, walks up in there. And puts the beat down on him. Oh. I think my mic. Okay, my mic must have glitched or something right there, dude. Went high, super high and then super. I don't know. That's my bad, guys. It's my bad. Nothing. I mean, maybe that's a microphone problem. That's not me. Anyways, round 1, pretty slow. Bautista getting shoved up against the fence. Him shoving Oliveira up against the fence. Some grapple work. Let's see what happened in round 1. I kind of forgot, if I'm being honest. Takedowns. So Bautista does get a takedown. 3 significant strikes to Oliveira's 6, with 22 total strikes to Oliveira's 8. So I think I gave round 1 to Bautista. Just being a little bit working a little bit more. Those total strikes in the clinch is what I think gave him the win. Or what gave him that round. Quick uppercuts on the break, or elbows on the break of a clinch, body work in the clinch, stuff like that to keep him busy. I think, alright, nice little slow round, not too crazy yet. And Vinicius Oliveira is In between rounds 1 and 2, he is on the stool. No, he's on the floor in his corner. Puffing smoke clouds or something, dude. He is out of breath. He is gassed. He's blowing diesel. He is blowing gasoline, dude. He is gassed. He's done. In his corner. Can't even get on his stool. I'm thinking, what the heck, dude? And then round 2 comes out and... I mean, put on the biggest whooping ever. 12-6, 27-10, 4 takedowns to 0. Mario Bautista gets in Vinicius Oliveira's face and goes, "You are not top level. You are not top level. You are not top level." That's what he does. He does that. For 4 minutes and 46 seconds, Mario Bautista shows levels. He outmuscles Oliveira, throws him about, ragdolls him. He just goes, he's flicking his forehead and sending him flying. You know, he's going, "No, I don't think you can do anything this round." Pause. You're on pause, pal. You can't do anything for this round. Beats him up. Puts him in crucifix. Chimaev, take notes. Some deadly elbows from crucifix. Bam, bam, bam. And in order to escape crucifix, Dricus du Plessis learned from Oliveira. Gives up his back, gives up his arms or something. Bautista goes for Kimura, and then Bautista sees that Oliveira's trying to sit up and get out of there, so he drops the Kimura, whips around to the back, latches up a rear naked choke. It's, I think, like a 1 second rear naked choke. He had just gotten it latched up, and as soon as Oliveira feels like it's even like, if it's in the possibility of being latched up, he's tapping, dude. Oliveira's, hey, it's in the last name. Oliveira's tap, dude. Makhachev and now Bautista, dude. They are tapping out like crazy. But yeah, that's the fight. Very impressive for Mario Bautista. Very, very impressive. Showed levels. Vinicius Oliveira did not belong to be in there with Mario Bautista. He just didn't. He didn't. Great, insane, amazing performance. Great fighter. I think he beats Umar in a 5-rounder. Maybe. I don't know. I think a 5-rounder, Mario Bautista could do something to Umar, though. Could do some stuff. Make it close. But he's top level, dude. Bautista's top level. A Sandhagen rematch? I may want to see a Sandhagen rematch, is all I want to say. All I'm going to say is a Bautista-Sandhagen rematch is interesting to me. That's it. Anyways, so I went 10-3 on this card. Got this right, but I didn't think Bautista would sub him out. Look at the odds. -175. Bautista should have been like at least 3-1 favorite, in my opinion. In my honest opinion. Oliveira should have been a +200, +300, maybe even +250 favorite. It was pick'ems. It was pick'ems, dude. But pretty fun fight night. Not the best, not the worst. I've seen better. But it was fun. It was fun. You know, some fights happened. There that. Let me just show you. Koniev. Look at that. And then Mario Bautista just bullies him. Bullies the poor kid. Look how quick. Bam, 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 bam. Dude, he was tapping. Oh my goodness, he was tapping for so long. Anyways, like I said, pretty fun fight night. No fight night next week, so I'll have to make something up to at least get a video out. But yeah. Oh man, this is an hour. I'm sorry. Don't be funny, make some money, buy the numbers, bye.